so thick like the sun. I hope you got a cowboy, think I wanna run. Slap it in my face, shove it down my throat. Nigga, why you black? I can make this pussy smoke. I know how to fuck. I know how to rap.
Okay, we're about to get started on this foundation. Summer flawless foundation routine, or however you want to call it. I'm gonna take these earrings off because I look like a gypsy. I just want my ears to be late, that's all. I've already moisturized my skin. It's freshly washed. I'm gonna throw some primer on there. I'm not really particular about which primer I use, just whatever I have. I'm gonna be using the Professional by Benefit. In the summer, I like to keep my foundation routine flawless yet simple. I don't want to be doing my makeup forever. I just really put this in the center of my face. I have issues with pores and creasing. Okay, now I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me foundations. I have these in Toffee, Matte and Poreless, and then I have the Dewy and Smooth in Coconut. So the Dewy and Smooth one is a little bit darker, and the Toffee one is a little bit lighter, and I like to mix these two because this one looks too greasy by itself and this one looks too matte by itself, and then I'm in between the two colors, so it just kind of works out. So I'm just gonna put these in the back of my hand. I'm gonna be using mostly the dark one. I like to look as bronzy as possible in the summer, but if I use it by itself, it makes me look like orange. I'm gonna mix it together. I'm just gonna apply this using my hands. I really like the glowiness of this foundation. And you have pretty nice coverage with this one. I don't have any issues with like acne and texture issues and stuff like that. So if you do, I would recommend using this with a beauty blender so you can dab it in so you can get a lot more coverage from it. But I just want this to look like a second skin. Alright. The next thing I do is take an orange corrector. I'm going to be using one by Laura Mercier, and I'm just warming it up and put it in my dark spots. So under my eye, around my mouth, around my nose. Those are the areas where I tend to have hyperpigmentation. Also on my nose for some reason. So just like I did the foundation, it's just some concentrated coverage. I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Warm Honey. This is going to double as my highlight. This concealer is really dry. It's pretty easy to blend. It's only $3, y'all. Like, what? I doubted it for a while. I saw so many other makeup artists using it. I was like, I have to try it out. Now I'm going to intensify my highlight even more. I'm going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime highlighting pen in Bright Forecast, and I'm just going to put that on the highest points. I'm not going to do cream contour. I'm only going to do it around my nose. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Dark Cocoa. Only because I don't like using powder on my nose. It looks muddy because my nose, I have uneven texture on my nose. So when I start to put powder on there, it just looks kind of muddy and super obvious. So I'm going to go in with my pointed foundation brush by Real Technique. Okay. What the hell is my cat doing? He's like jumping into the window. Now I'm gonna go in with my Graftopian powder palette and a fluffy brush, and I'm going to be using this color here. It kind of looks like banana powder, but the banana powder is like too powdery and cakey looking. So I'm just gonna take this and dust it. And on my high points. I'm going to use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark. I'm kind of use that to set everything else. Now I'm going to be going in with my CoverGirl Queen bronzer in Ebony Bronze. It's like a really red color, and I'm just going to start to carve out my cheekbones and warm up my skin. Now I'm gonna go in with my MAC blush and blunt right here in my little palette, and I'm just gonna carve out my contour even more. But I'm just focusing it like right. I'm not bringing it all the way down. Just kind of stopping here. It's just layering and adding extra dimension. I'm gonna go back to my Graftopian palette, and I'm gonna use this lighter color here. And I'm gonna just concentrate on the areas that I want extra light. Like right there. Boom! I am gonna take some of my CoverGirl bronzer in here just to carve this out some. take my Dior shimmer powder brick thingy. This stuff is amazing, but it's discontinued, you guys. Once I find something comfortable, I will let you guys know. Try to see if you can find this on eBay because it's amazing. I've had it for almost 2 years now, and I still haven't even been close to hitting tan, so it's definitely worth the purchase. And I'm just gonna glow. Check out my glow. I'm gonna take that brush I use on my eyes and I'm gonna go in with the darkest color, the warmest color, it's like an amber color, and I'm gonna just put that on the tip of my nose. Just a very tip. I'm not gonna go all the way up because, like I said, I have a textured nose. Dust my brush off again and just make sure everything's blended. Okay, so now I'm about to do my brows and the rest of my makeup, and I'll show you guys the finished result.
If I told you you were, if I told you you were, if I told you you were beautiful, beautiful. If I told you you were beautiful, beautiful. If I told you you were beautiful, beautiful. If I told you you were, if I told you you were, if I told you you were beautiful.